Saltzmans in Rhode Island is going to be your authorized dealer of choice for this. That's who sent this over. I'll put direct contact information to get a hold of Richard, my buddy there, as well as a discount code if you can, like this one's on the website. I'll put a direct link to this actual watch on the website. And then they actually have a regular non-coated steel case one like this with a mother of pearl dial. I noticed that one was like right below this on their listing. That thing's really cool too. If that's your jam, right? So let's get into this guy. This is the Pacific Diver series. It is a little bit smaller. I measure the case at 39.3 millimeter, and the lug to lug is a very short 46.1 millimeter. The thickness only 11.9, right? Should be pretty thin. It's a quartz watch. It is a Ronda 515 movement, so it does have a little bit more space on the center post to clear those tritium tubes, but still, it's going to be an overall thin movement. 22 millimeter lug opening, and you have a 6 millimeter screw down crown that is signed, and it keeps the 200 meter water depth rating on this. This is a legit dive watch. Not that anyone watching this will probably use it as a dive watch, but you could. You absolutely could. It has a really nice, crisp 60-click bezel. The bezel is actually made of Carbonex, so the case is stainless steel, but the bezel is actually the Carbonex material, which is their proprietary lightweight case material and bezel material. So nice clicks on this thing. Like I said, it's very crisp. There's no play on it, and it lines up perfect. Got a little tritium tube up there, and then, of course, there's tritium tubes going around the perimeter, in that chapter ring around the perimeter, and then of course the hour and minute hand. I'll do my best to show those to you in a minute. First off, let's take a closer look. So you basically have a kind of a flat white dial with those black contrasting markers, making it super visible. Nice black framed handset, again keeping it visible. The date at the 3 o'clock, and then those tritium tubes. That's going to make it always glow for like 25 years, right? Probably longer than you're going to own the watch anyway. But it does have a half-life. The other thing with this one, and if you, maybe they would size it for you via the mail, you know, buying it online, but you do have to cut these. But I've done videos in the past on some Breitling on how to cut these. You kind of size it on your wrist. I always tend to try to go a little bit shorter on the 6 o'clock side. That helps prevent the watch from like rotating on the outside of your wrist, because your natural movement typically is going to try to force that watch to rotate around the outside, the 12 o'clock position, if you're wearing it on your left wrist, that is. But if you put it, well, on either wrist, I guess. You're not going to wear it upside down. What am I thinking? So I usually try to make the strap a little bit shorter on the 6 o'clock side. That kind of prevents it from doing that. So you just want to cut one thing at a time, and then you do have 3 micro adjust to dial it in a little bit, but it's just a standard full over clasp. So, and then it has quick release spring bars, again, 22 millimeter. So there's tons of options out there if you want to change out the strap, but this is a nice Luminox genuine rubber strap. On the case back is actually pretty cool. Let me put it right side up for you. It says every second counts since 1989, always visible. That's pretty cool to have that on the case back. It has anti-reflective coated sapphire crystal. In case I didn't mention that, it is on the case back. This it needs to be like, you would have to break it in a little bit, and that short lug to lug, it would take a while for my wrist. I'll show you why, because that I'm used to a little bit longer lug to lug, and I have, like, you know, a lot of surface area on the top of my 7 1/4 inch wrist. But there it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. I personally would go for the larger variant, but if you have like I don't know, say like a 6 1/2 inch wrist, this watch is gonna be perfect for you. Or if you just prefer smaller watches. You know, you don't have to have a smaller wrist to wear a smaller watch. It's only in more recent times that watches have gotten larger. You know, the 39 millimeter used to be a big watch back in the day. But we're not back in the day. We're in modern times, guys, so get with it. You know, wear whatever size you want. There's no rules to this darn thing, right? Let's see. You can kind of see. Yeah, we'll turn the lights off. We'll turn the lights off. Again, big thanks to Saltzmans, constantly supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. For over a year now, we've been working together, and they send over the coolest watches that I get to see, and then, of course, you guys get to see as well. But you can see there, orange on the minute hand and the pip on the bezel. the 12 o'clock marker, and then green on everything else. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.